Fate of the universe on the line. I want Iguodala.
Kevin Durant. You know who I am.
Hurry, way downtown. Bang! Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Is this the dagger?
Inches made the difference in BK. Philly couldn't close the deal in Philly. New faces plenty in the conference finale. There's ice all over Wisconsin, but there's sunshine to make hay. On the Hashtag Ball is NBA podcast, your favorite NBA podcast in an Indian accent. My name is Ashwin, and if this is your first time, please do consider following us as closely as you follow your first girlfriend. I mean, we would never hurt you, so do with that information what you must. In the association this week, Brooklyn Nets were eliminated by the boundary theory. Trae Young was helped by the theory of no fear. And Alex Caruso was caught by the theoretical reality of narcotics cops. Speaking of theories, I've got with me, as always, someone who believes that we shall soon abandon currency, someone who has always kept his feet firmly on the ground, and someone who admits to loving travel more than anything else. My co-host, Vineet Zivaya. Vineet, welcome back. How has this week been for you?
This week has been amazing. It's a good week.
So,
I have begun my weight loss journey, which is always fun. Yeah, I mean, finally I had to...
weight?
Target weight is, my happy weight is about 185 to 190 pounds. So I think that's about 85 kilos.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So that's kind of my happy weight. I like to be in that weight. Right now, I'm probably about 40 pounds heavier. So, 40
pounds you can lose. How are you going to lose that? Are you giving up non-vegetarian stuff?
No, I mean, I've done this a couple of times. I'm kind of a pro at losing weight now. I know I can lose about 30, 35, 40 pounds in about 3 months. Yeah. So, and I maintained it also till the pandemic hit. So for me, this is just another 3 or 4 month kind of stretch where, I cut my calories, I do keto and I go for walks and, it's fasting and all of this. So there's like a proper system that I have.
Wow.
It works. It's worked for me many times and it will work again. And hopefully there's not another pandemic which will force me to eat like a pig. So.
Well, what is this keto thing? Is keto like only fat, no carbs? Is that what keto is?
Yeah, it is like a high fat diet, which works for me because I love meat. So, it's a win-win situation for me. I didn't realize this kind of
eat steak, no mashed potatoes.
Yeah. And if you're not in India, you can easily escape rice and chapati. In India, you can't escape rice or chapati. Like it's almost impossible. So, I think keto diet in India is probably very difficult to do. But outside India, So I eat mostly veggies, almost half a kilo of veggies every day and half a kilo of meat. That's basically my diet.
Half a kilo veggies. What's your favorite vegetable?
I get a cut, like a packet of cut vegetables frozen. And so that has broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and one more thing, beans.
Oh, and you just steam it or what?
I kind of steam it. I put some salt and garlic powder, steam it. And then I put some
parsley.
Some mayo kind of thing into it.
Oh.
Mayo is full fat, so it works.
I can't believe that a diet which is pure fat works. But of course, I don't understand how weight is gained and lost. I think it's just calorie deficit, right? Like I don't know if it matters how you get your calories from. It is
I can explain this, but then
it'll be a different podcast then altogether.
It'll be a different podcast. Maybe we can start a health podcast. I'm scared.
Are you serious about that? You want to start a health podcast?
No. Health is very. I think this whenever people give all this lecture about health and all that, right? Health is a very personal thing. Like some people, even for me, even when I was heavy, I was much more active than all those people who were thin. And, so health is very relative that way. What you eat is very relative. So there's no real one solution. You have to find the solution that's best for you.
Yeah. Wise words from a wise man. Anyway,
Yes.
Vineet,
You have to start losing weight, my friend, for
I
certain
have to. I have
occasions.
to for certain occasions. I've been trying to lose weight, but it's not working out. I've been working out a lot, but the diet has not been working out, and I've realized that losing weight,
80% is diet.
80% is diet. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I never thought that was the case.
There's a quote which says like, weight loss, 80% of weight loss happens in the kitchen.
But then mom makes such delicious food. It's very
that's the problem. That's why going to India is like death for any person that's trying to try to be healthy. It's almost impossible. I still don't understand how people in India remain healthy, because Indian food is just so much fat, so much carbs, so much sugar, but it's delicious.
It is. We need a lot of rebirths have been happening in the NBA. I don't know if you notice this. People are saying that Trae Young is the new this, and Reggie is the new Reggie Miller, and Devin Booker is the new Kobe Bryant, and do you believe the hype? Is that something that you believe in? That not necessarily this thing, but this person is a resurrection of that person. Like he plays like that. Like, do you think it's a fair comparison, or is it just again media hype?
I think it's both. I think there is a fair comparison in the way and the style and the demeanor in which a person plays. Like you can make a comp, which is what you call it, right? But they are not the next this. There's never, people always said like Kobe was the next. Probably Kobe was the only other player who was like the next Jordan. But that's because Kobe was psychotic, right? He copied every single thing that Jordan did, the way Jordan walked, the way Jordan stuck his tongue out when he dunked the ball, everything. Yeah. What is that?
Cigar.
Yeah, the cigar thing, everything. Like he basically mimicked everything. So obviously because he's mimicked everything, he is going to be the next Jordan. But yeah, I don't really believe in it. And I don't think we have become too reactionary, Devin Booker has 40-point game. He's the next Kobe, come on, man. I understand Trae, because Trae has been killing people throughout this playoffs, and also in the regular season, he played really well. So I get that a little bit, but Devin Booker, he had one good game. Let's calm down on that Kobe comparison.
But that was a good game, though. Anyway,
it was a very good game. Yeah,
you're right. After that, he's been 8 of 29 from the field after that game 1. So game.
But you know what? I was thinking about this. That is literally exactly what Kobe would do. So he is the next Kobe,
that way.
Yeah.
I think Kobe once said that I would rather go 0 for 21 than go 0 for 12 and stop shooting. I was like, wow. Okay, all right.
They saw, slander. Shifted accounts. Who the hell do you think you are?
Right now, we're in the middle of the conference finals. Eastern and Western have started. Atlanta Hawks is 1 up. What a game. Clippers are 1-2 down, but they are in the right place to be at, which is 2-0 down, and then
2-0 down,
starting to win games.
Yeah.
We will start with just before the Western Conference Finals. Brooklyn loses out to Milwaukee. Great game 7. Atlanta beats Philly. Great game 7.
Yeah.
Both teams were not expected to lose. One of them was definitely not expected to lose. And then out of that came narratives like Ben Simmons is no longer useful in Philadelphia. KD is the next LeBron. KD is as great as LeBron. We will take it one by one. We'll start with the
one by one. Okay.
Ben Simmons. Right, Ben Simmons.
Okay.
This is not the first time Ben Simmons has frozen up. This is not the first time people have realized he can't shoot free throws. This is not the first time he has failed in a game 7. The Toronto championship year in the fourth quarter in that game 7 could do shit. Before that, whenever they have lost out, I'm trying to think but I think it was Celtics. Celtics, nothing. He could not do anything. We have often, from the beginning, we've talked about how Embiid and Simmons are not really complementary players because they don't seem to understand how to play with each other. And this is now their 5th year in the league. They really don't understand how to give each other space, and if you can't shoot, then you're really not a space giver. You're a space, reducer. All of that is done. But how can the organization move ahead from this? What do you think the plan should be? What do you think the plan is going to be, as in, via trade or whatever it is? So, take your first shot, Vineet.
I mean, I think there are a lot of moving pieces here, right? I mean, I think the first moving piece is Ben Simmons a good NBA player or not? And I think the answer to that is yes. He's a good NBA player. He does a lot of things on the court. He's extremely good defensively. He gets a lot of rebounds. He does a lot of things that are extremely, extremely good. Is he a championship? Can he be the second best player on the championship team? No. Right. Can he be the first player of a good NBA team? Yes. If you surround him with a lot of good shooters, he's running the plays. He doesn't have to, he can be, for the lack of a better word, like a Magic Johnson kind of thing, where, Magic Johnson never took that many shots. He wasn't a scorer of that sort. I mean, he was lethal. Like if you gave him place, if you gave him enough room, he would score on you. So that's one piece of it. So the other piece is, what should Sixers do? I think the Sixers should trade him. They really should trade him for a couple of months. I think Joel Embiid is done. Joel Embiid doesn't want to play with Ben Simmons anymore. It is clear with the body language. They have to do something. Ben Simmons doesn't have a very good trade value at this point.
Yeah.
So if you play him more and his trade value goes down, you're stuck. I mean, at least now there is some trade value, I would say, like a little bit.
I mean, like you said, I think he is going to be very good for an average NBA team, like a team, let's just say, right, because I watched a lot of them. Let's say it's a Russell Westbrook for Ben Simmons trade. You send Ben Simmons to Washington, DC. It's not a bad move for Washington, because you're getting pace. You're not getting shooting, but you're getting pace, and you sort of get a couple more pieces, spread the floor. You have Bradley Beal to do the scoring in crunch time sort of a thing. Ben Simmons is really not that much of a it's not a downgrade, because Russ pushes the pace, Ben Simmons pushes the pace. Ben Simmons is tall, good on defense. He's definitely not the first option on that team. He can hide behind he can pass the ball out there. He's got a running man in Gafford. He's got the running man in Thomas Bryant. He could do something like that. And so I don't think, like you said, I really don't think that he's a washout, that he should be sent back to Shanghai Sharks or, go and play in the Australian League or something like that. Because the alternative, what they're saying is skill development. That has been happening for the past 3 years. They've been saying every season that, yes, he's been working on his 3-point shot. Does he take it? No. He's been working on his little mid-range push floater sort of thing. Does he take it in the game? No. He doesn't do any of those, whatever he's practicing.
Doesn't take shots.
Doesn't
take shots at all. Yeah. I mean, I think there was he took 0 shots. I think 2 shots,
three shots in the entire series.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the second half of
in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
fourth quarter, second half.
Fourth quarter. 7 games all combined. He shot 3 times. I mean, he made those 3 points. So statistical masters might say 100% field goal efficiency, but that is ridiculous. I mean, you can't be afraid to shoot. I mean, Markel Fultz, whose shot was broken, took shots.
I think that's
ridiculous.
You got to get rid of him. If you want to go for a championship, get rid of him. Find someone that can feed the ball properly to Joel Embiid. That's a very important part. Take some of the load off Tobias Harris.
Do you think Daryl Morey as GM, do you think that they're gonna go for a traditional inside-outside sort of presence? Like, is he the failed Dwight Howard experiment, where you have a transcendental outside star, someone if they can get, and then you have the best big man in the league?
It's possible. Man. I mean, if anyone can come up with a weird ass scheme that works, it's probably Daryl Morey. I don't know. I mean, the Philadelphia loss is not only on Ben Simmons, but he's your second best player. He gets the touches. He's involved in the plays. So if he's not going to play, then all those possessions are lost on somebody that's not going to shoot. right? If he's a tertiary kind of player, then they don't run plays for him. If they don't run plays for him, someone else gets those plays, and probably they would have made that shot. So that's where Ben Simmons' lack of shooting is hindering Philadelphia to take that next step, because with Joel Embiid, you're getting into like the playoffs without a problem.
Yeah,
he's that kind of, he's a floor raiser as we discuss, and he can get you easily into the playoffs. He can get you probably a one full series win against a smaller team. So, but then you need someone else with him to get to the championship.
Yeah, I think that's interesting that you said, it's not all on Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons, even though he was he was the guy in the spotlight, I think Tobias Harris has blame to take. I think Seth Curry,
everybody. I mean,
Joel Embiid himself has probably, got some blame to take. He missed those 2 free throws in was it game 6 or game 7?
Not game 7, at least. I think it was.
I think game 6. It was like really close.
Game 6.
I think so. No, game 6 they won.
Game 5. Game 5,
right? Yeah. Like there's no reason that an NBA team should lose that game 5. They were up 26 points. This complete meltdown against a team which is playing its first NBA postseason series. Like the only player who has probably played is their coach Nate McMillan and Lou Williams.
No, Gallinari.
Okay, not deep runs though. But again, right, like not.
Wasn't Gallinari like a big part of the Clippers thing when they were going into the?
They got beat by this one. KD, that series he was there. Yeah, you're right. That series he was there.
Yeah.
But again, not
pretty
really
important, man.
But there was nobody there. Like it was all sort of, there was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, Daniel Gallinari, all of them side pieces. Like it was a team full of side pieces. So, I mean, my point
Shea was on the Clippers?
Yeah. Shea used to play for the Clippers. He got traded in that Paul George thing.
I didn't know this. Okay, my bad.
It's okay, Vineet. I'm here to
I think OKC related. I don't even worry about. I just like Ashton will know it's. You don't have to.
Yeah, so I think all of those players need to take blame also. But I think it's easier to put the blame on Ben Simmons what I don't understand is it's not like you didn't know this. It's not like suddenly one day Ben Simmons showed up and he's like, yes, I can't shoot anymore.
I can't shoot. Yeah. I mean, it was. I think it was a risk worth taking.
Absolutely.
If I was a general manager, I would have taken that risk on Ben Simmons because he has all of these other intangibles that you can't get in another player. Like he's 6'10", he runs the floor, he's got amazing
athletic
vision.
As fuck.
Athletic, and like when he runs and dunks, it's like he's gliding. It's that like effortless, very effortless.
Yeah, you can't teach.
Yeah, you can't teach all of those things. He can pass really well, very quick passes. His impact on the game. So if you look at, I was looking at his like kind of advanced stats, and his usage percentage is so low. It really is. It's very low compared for what he can deliver. I mean, I think he's averaging like 15 points a game, 15, 16 points a game in the regular season, and almost 10 assists a game with less than 20% usage rate.
Whoa.
Just check those stats. I'm not sure about it. Just check it.
Got 14.5 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And how do you go to the advanced stats?
Advanced here. So usage rate is 22.3. And this season was 20.2. And in the playoffs, it was 16.5. So that's very low usage rate. Very, very low usage rate.
It is, especially for the point guard of the team.
For the point guard. So if you actually think about it, for the amount of usage rate he does, amount of what he takes from the team, amount of shots he takes, his field goal percentage is actually quite good. It's not a bad field goal percentage. I think it's in the top. It's like 50% or something like that. See, his field goal percentage is almost 60%.
I mean, he doesn't take that many shots. He only takes
if you are a player that is giving you 15 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds with less than 20% usage rate,
22,
and amazing defense on the guard end, that player does not exist in the NBA right now. There is no player like that.
Right.
So his intangibles, and this he does it like as though he can get up from his bed and do this. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like
there's not much effort in what he
made. And so you have to take that bet and the gamble on that player.
I think they did,
right?
And I think anybody would be ridiculous. I think still now they are still thinking that we can isko sudhar sakte hain. I mean, you made that reference on the live that it's like an abusive XX that you are unable. Like, he hits me, but he's like sometimes gives me flowers.
Sometimes he gives me flowers. And that's why I made that reel. The reel I said was about Hum Nahi Sudhrenge because he's not changed.
I have never heard that song before. I'm just saying, like, never heard that song before.
What can I say?
It's not a compliment. I'm just saying. I've just never heard that song.
I'm just saying it's an apt song. That's my whole thing. Whenever I find something, I try to find an apt Hindi song. That's the point. That's the point of the content.
I have this one theory that the entire reason all this media speculation once again is coming on Ben Simmons is that LeBron is somehow trying to get Ben Simmons to the Lakers. He wants to drop the trade value so much that everybody's like, I know Ben Simmons is a cancer. He's going to destroy our team. How can he not shoot? I'm like, he could not shoot. He never claimed to be a great shooter.
Obviously, this is probably the reason, like 60% of the reason why he's getting trashed. I mean, on the media is because there is a narrative that someone is supplying that he's bad. You remember, like Stephen A. Smith got a message on live, like, Max, I have got a message. Ben Simmons
is lazy.
Does not work hard.
Baby.
I mean, and Stephen A. Smith has been in the business for a while. Yeah. He's got people. This could be a favor he could be doing for Clutch Sports. To get
Clutch Sports. Yeah.
No, I mean that's how these things work under the radar, right? Like we think that everyone's like very honest, but the people, I mean, whatever we have known of the media, we know how incestuous it is.
You were correct the first time.
Yeah. So it's, I'm pretty sure that's one of the biggest reasons. But Daryl Morey is is not a pushover. He's not going to let go of Ben Simmons without good trade value. But he has to be traded. What you get for him is
depends on what mood you're in. But I think I think next season we should be seeing Ben Simmons in Laker town. Oh God, they're gonna lose it. Everybody's gonna be like, champions, Lakers back in the business.
God, Lakers. See, now you know why I hate the Laker fans. Now you're understanding it one by one.
No, God, but I see that when like all the people who used to join the live now they don't join the live because they're like Lakers nahi hai to hum log kya karega. I'm like, there is better basketball going on, man. Like watch it anyway. I was going to talk about Ben Simmons and Giannis's similarities, but
no, I'm not going to talk about it.
How one person has gone on a different route and the other person has gone to Philadelphia. But
because one was a much better player, and one was just. I don't think they're comparable.
I think the work ethic probably is the biggest difference between.
Yeah, work ethic obviously. I mean, Giannis has when you saw Giannis when he was like. When he came to the league when he was 20, he was like, this way he didn't know shit. Like he was like, what is that? Milkshake is amazing, or smoothie is amazing. Like he was,
God bless America.
God bless America. I mean, that's how he was. And that's why I don't like the Giannis slander because I don't think there is any player, probably one can say Tim Duncan, who has gone from like a nobody, not caring about basketball that much to like MVP.
Dominating.
Like it's a two-time MVP, not even one-time. Like all the other players, right, we see, they've been playing since they're like, 5 years old. This guy was hawking stuff in Greece and he got picked up and he said, okay, you can run, you can dribble. Okay, let's take you to the US. He said, US. He goes to the US and he starts drinking smoothies and now two-time MVP, defensive player of the years, Eastern Conference final. Like it's ridiculous. It's a statement to his work ethic. Obviously, Absolutely. He had the genetic makeup of a freaking freak, which helped him. But there are so many people who look like him, run like him, but they don't get the results like him because.
Absolutely. And props to Milwaukee also for trusting a first-year guy and like giving him the keys to the game. Here, take us wherever you can, and we'll run with you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's
Okay,
no slander for. I will not tolerate slander for Giannis.
But I was not even trying to slander. But anyway, we will not
comparing him to Ben Simmons is slander. It's like
But
if
that's what I'm saying, right? Like you compared Ben Simmons to Magic Johnson. Okay, it's not as much slanderous as what I was just about to say. So let's all pump the brakes on the slander bit.
Fine.
I was coming from the way that both of them, tall, athletic, can do can't shoot, but can do other things.
Take
the team, right? Like they push the ball, this. But one person every year has gotten better.
Yeah.
It's a little weird that you see clips of Giannis, the young Giannis shooting, and he had like good form. That has deteriorated, but everything else has gotten better for Giannis, and everything else has remained at a sort of a same level for the skill level is what I'm trying to say. We say, right? Like it's Shaq didn't have that kind of skill, but unstoppable guy. Giannis has skill, but now he's worked hard and gotten to be 2-time MVP, almost 3 times, could have been 4 times, maybe 5 times. You really don't know.
I think it's going to win one more MVP for sure.
I don't think so. I think
if he wins a
popularity contest.
No, I think if he wins a championship, then or if he takes them to the finals, I think next year and if he performs again. The only reason why Giannis didn't win it this year, I think, in my opinion, I mean, obviously Jokic played amazingly well, but people were just like off on tired of his lack of.
But that's what I never understood how so in my head, like Harden could have really won that first Giannis MVP
yes,
Giannis would have never lost that second MVP that he won, because that second MVP he was like miles, streets ahead, as they say in community, streets ahead of everyone else. But like whatever, 1 MVP, 2 MVP, he's got it. We can't go and take it back and deserve it. It's not like they gave it to Steph Curry or something. Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, please, Steph Curry fans, don't come at me. That comparison is done. Now we are going to go to the comparison of the goatly people in the upper echelon of could be goats, maybe somewhere. I don't think one of them can be, but like could be goats, both of them.
Who's that one of them you think can't be good?
Anyway, LeBron James played. Wait, he lost in the first series this year. Nothing else. Along with that, took ratings for a nosedive. KD gave us an amazing Game 5 performance against the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 6 also he tried. Didn't really matter. Game 7 again he tried. He was this close to winning it, and we all saw it live. And sort of had mini collapse in OT. But the main question that we are asking, Vineet, is that people have been saying that this is sort of what LeBron has been doing, but winning in the East all this while, like doing playing with absolute nobodies and doing it all his life, winning, and still getting slander. Now KD has done this thing. He lost Harden, lost Kyrie, sort of got a 75% Harden, not even 75, maybe 55% Harden, and goes on and loses Game 7 at home. I think the comparison is basically that who has KD done as much for a team with as little as what LeBron has done? Oh, that's a complex sentence.
A very complex question. Basically
take it away.
The question that I think you're posing is is KD's this season
who has done more with less? That's the question.
I mean, listen, first of all, there are levels. Like, as great as a scorer KD is, and he is, some people are making him better than Michael Jordan. It's like, what is wrong with people? Anyway, let's not go there, right? So as great as KD is, and KD is a phenomenal scorer in the upper echelon, like in the top 10, you can put top 15, like upper echelon of scorers.
I would say top 5 pure scorers, just scorers. Like, don't even look at anything else.
I don't want to go there. Man, there has been so much talent in this league. Like, if you just take scoring, right, you can't say top 5. I don't think that. I think top 15, like there's a nice echelon of very good scorers. We'll keep them there. These pure scorers, pure hoopers, see, 2 points is 2 points, whether pure hai, impure hai, 2 point hai. Like, let's not, I mean, this is, I personally
But
don't like.
I think my point is that what I'm talking about is the modern NBA, where you have to be a 3-point shooter and you have to be a 2-point shooter and you have to be a free throw shooter also. All of that, when you look at it, I think few people do stand out because of the volume of shots that they take,
yeah, and KD is in the upper echelon of that. Agreed. I completely agree. That's what I'm saying. He's in the upper echelon of the top 15 is what I'm saying. You know, upper echelon of the top 15. But LeBron, man, I mean, this is the first time, you know, I mean, he has taken absolute trashy teams to finals every year every year in and out. Like, who you throw, you give him anybody, just say, okay, come to the finals. Come. Oh,
Delvedova, come with me. Where is Zhao? You also come with me.
Everybody, just you come with me. You know. Then he goes to the Western Conference, say, oh, come, let's go. Finals. You know, there are levels to this, man. Like, KD hasn't done shit. Even when KD had the best, like, I think the best team, obviously, the Golden State Warriors was cheat code. Like, you can't even. I was listening to Simmons' podcast. I have so much feelings for this. I was so mad at him because I usually respect what he has to say, but he put KD in the top 10, and I was like, after one game, like this was the only, like, this is the first time he's ever played in his 16 year, whatever. How much is it? 15 years? He's been 14
2008
years?
he was drafted, 13 years.
13 years of his playing career. It's the first time he's played without a superstar next to him. First time. And he scored 49. KD can score 49 any day. Like, there's him scoring 49.
Washington Wizards and like take everyone off. He'll score 49 for you.
He'll score 49. There's no, I mean, KD scoring 49 is not a surprise to anybody. You know, I mean, the reason he scored lesser was because he wanted others involved. He had Russell Westbrook, who would not give him the ball. And then on the other hand, he had Steph Curry. And it's true.
Otherwise, if he doesn't give the ball, then Warriors, Draymond will shout at him, and then he'll feel bad. He's like,
yeah,
my feelings are hurt.
So otherwise, KD can drop 40, 50 on anybody. It's not surprising for us that he did it, right? So I don't know. I think there was too much adulation for what he did. Too much to the extent where, like, they either forgot what LeBron has been doing for such a long time. They forgot what Steph has been doing for such a long time. Right? Steph has been carrying that Warriors team. Like, yeah, okay, he has Clay, but that's it. I mean, like, they went on a run, they won a championship, they did all of those things, and Steph was the main player. Like, Steph took a step back to KD, but Steph still averaged 29 in those playoffs. If he's taking a step back, is averaging 29. You know, I mean, you know, so this is ridiculous. I feel like, and for me, you know, I was thinking about it after I heard all of this, and that's why I think I posted something on our Instagram page. I don't remember what it was, but it was something to do with LeBron and how great he was. But like, it kind of rudely shook me as to how great LeBron is. Right? It's because he has been doing this. Okay. Let's ask you, who was LeBron was number one pick in 2003.
Yeah.
Who was the number one pick in 2002?
I have no clue. But what
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming. Oh.
That's how long LeBron has been doing this shit. Like, do you understand that? Like, do you understand that?
Like, almost everyone else drafted in that class is retired. Dwayne Wade has retired. Chris Bosh has retired. Carmelo Anthony is close to retirement.
It's there, right? But just think about that, right? Like,
Yao Ming. Oh God.
When you think of Yao Ming, you think like, oh, Shaq era. Shaq era.
LeBron is Shaq.
LeBron is Shaq era. And he has been killing the league like every year, you know, maybe after like maybe 2009 is when he started like really, you know, dominating the league. But it's been his league, and you know, he's done. In 2007 he took that team to the finals, and that team is much better than this team of KD, and
much better.
He went through the Pistons.
He went
through the Pistons. He went through I think the Wizards at that time. No, the Washington
Gilbert
Wizards, Gilbert Arenas Washington Wizards, and one more team. I don't know if it was. I don't know if he defeated the Orlando Magic.
No. That was not good Orlando Magic. There was no. I don't think Dwight Howard was there yet, or maybe he was not.
Dwight Howard was there.
But he was not in the
I think
playoffs. Wait. You want? Wait, I'll just check. Wizards, Nets, and Pistons.
And that Pistons finals, that Eastern Conference Finals, I think he averaged
Game 5.
ridiculous amount.
Oh, Game 5, he scored 25 of the last 23 points, and this is against not like
one of the
Milwaukee
best.
defense.
So, and it's so disrespectful to LeBron. I just felt like if I was LeBron, I would feel so disrespectful that this fucker plays one game without any superstars, drops 49, and suddenly he's in the top 10. Like, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ 50 साल से? If I was LeBron, I would feel so disrespectful. I mean,
I never understood how that entire thing became about comparing him to LeBron. I'm like, what games have we been watching? We've seen LeBron do more with less.
Much less.
And we've seen him elevate people who have, after leaving him, gone and become shit. People are now...
Kyrie Irving.
It's true. Before LeBron, Kyrie had no playoff, nothing ever. And then after LeBron left also, now he's going to better teams and still not being able to do anything. I'm like, what are you like? He sort of exposed Kyrie, man. Like that is, and Kyrie is thought of as one of the better players in the NBA.
Yeah, he made Kyrie. It is Kyrie's fault. I mean, Kyrie should have just shut up and said, "Okay, LeBron, you're here. I'll play with you.
As long as you're here, I'm here. Once you go to LA, take me with you."
Yeah, because he's young, right? Like it's the same thing that, I mean, no offense, but it's the same thing I felt for Kobe also. It's like, I think this Kobe put this shit into Kyrie's head. I'm pretty sure Kobe put this shit into Kyrie's. Like, why you listen? Why you're like, look at what I did to Shaq. You should do the same to LeBron. Like, I'm 100% sure this is what Kobe did. 100%. He's like, fuck this LeBron. His legacy can't be bigger than mine. But LeBron's LeBron, man. Like, you just gotta, respect that. Just gotta respect what is done.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any comparison. I completely disagree with Bill Simmons putting KD in the top 10. Because one is, I don't think the 2 rings he won have to be credited. Yes, he won Finals MVP.
I still don't. Yeah, absolutely. I don't care whatever he does. Those 2 rings, and see that game 5 49-point performance is the reason why I'm saying that those 2 rings don't matter. How can, like, did you see what he did in that game? And now you're saying I will go to a team which already won 73 games, and now everyone is like, okay, yes, what a great, what a very good.
What a great, Finals MVP, Finals MVP.
Team play, yes. He's passing the ball, he's taking the ball, he's taking only. Like,
he's playing defense. He's playing defense.
This is the exact reason why we said that this is a horrible move. This is the exact reason, because KD without anybody can do this, and then he goes and joins that team. We are not. If he had gone to the
which had Steph Curry, who averaged 33 this season,
and like a great defense, and ball is just moving around here. Like,
it's ridiculous.
Without him, only people could not catch the Warriors. It took a Game 7 crazy shot by Kyrie and a block by LeBron to beat them. It's not like they got swept in the finals. All of that, they were up 3-1. It's not like it was a bad team. And then now they are saying that this is the reason why KD is great. His 2 championships are worth. I'm like, no, this is the exact opposite. This is the reason why those 2 championships still don't matter. But anyway, and then people like, oh, he's
it's true. I was very, very disappointed with Bill Simmons, because generally he is on the spot, on the dot, on everything. But to like give KD this much credit after this 149-point, which he lost the series being 2-0 up. Like, please, I mean, come on. Like, he lost the series to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, he could have won that Game 7 as well. Like, he took it to OT. Fine. He could have won. He could have probably done more.
No, but when you're talking top 10 players of all time, like, you better win the goddamn series.
Absolutely.
Like, I was very mad at the Simmons for that.
I think what is more disappointing is because Bill Simmons usually is not a prisoner of
the moment.
The moment, exactly. He's not.
But I think in this case he was. I mean, even like I was listening to and like Ryan Russell was like, really is it? And he just was like, are you sure? Are you sure? But obviously he's his boss, so he didn't say anything. But he just said, "Oh, okay." I
He's
mean,
just asking, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure? Are you sure, Bill, about this? Bill's getting old also, right? Like, so
No,
anyways,
and then people keep saying that, oh, you are saying that KD is not a great player. No, we are not saying KD is not a great player. But
I'm not saying
amazing
that at
scorer,
all.
everything. But those two championships, you cannot be like, yes, because how can, like, what did KD do on that team which he didn't do anywhere else?
See, this is what it is like. It is like Tim Duncan going to the Lakers in 2000.
Kobe,
The
Lakers.
Lakers were super
Duncan,
dominant. They were great. And then Duncan said, you know what? I'm joining the Lakers.
Yeah, it's easy money for me.
That's how it was. Like, it was ridiculous. I don't agree with that at all. And
Anyway.
I don't think KD is a top 10 player. I mean, I think with a lot of hesitancy.
That's the word.
Hesitance. I'll put him in like the top 20. But he really needs to show he can win without fucking Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson. Like, you got to play in some shitty teams for me to give you some credit. Like, what the hell?
Or at least like reduce the number of all-stars on your team from 3 to 2.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just have one all-star teammate.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely. Anyways, moving on. Another one, I mean, this is probably going to be much shorter. They called, I think Max Kellerman said, I think we should, I don't know. I don't think I don't want to keep reporting on ESPN and, like talking about what they thought. But, fine, forget it.
Okay, well, for this pod, let's
for this pod, we'll just do that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Trae Young, a much more clutch player than Steph Curry, much more killer attitude, much more of this sort of thing. And do you have any reason why that can be right? I mean, I have few reasons, but what do you feel about the
in terms
Curry?
Of clutchness?
In terms of, that I will kill you mentality.
I have some Kobe slander for this.
What?
I'm going to go. It's not Kobe slander, but it's not. You remember we were having this discussion about clutch on the live.
Yes.
And I asked you, why do people slander Giannis? And you said, well, because he can't take clutch shots or something like that.
We are talking about the fourth quarter points.
And that, when like you really need a bucket, like, and during the clutch time, you can't really. So it got me thinking, and I did some research, and I was looking at how many clutch shots has Kobe Bryant taken in the playoffs that actually mattered. When he won the two championships, he had only one clutch shot against the Phoenix Suns. Not the one that you're talking about. That they lost the series. They
lost the series, but I'm talking about the game. The series is a bigger thing. I'm talking about the clutch shot game, man. Like, you don't.
Yeah. That also they won. Yeah. So my point is that, like, it's not. I was just trying to figure out, like, is this narrative like really true? Like, Tim Duncan's most clutch shot is that one shot he did in the 2002 finals where he drives and shoots over Shaq like a fadeaway two. That's before Derek Fisher hits the .4.
Oh, yeah. But then they lost that match also. They
lost that game and they lost the series.
Yeah.
Right? So,
I mean, I don't know. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, why is hitting clutch shots such a big deal? When if you win by 20 points, you should be getting like more credit. You should be getting like bigger credit for beating the team.
That's kind of what my whole thesis has now come up. I mean, I'm going to do more research on this because I don't get it. I really don't get it, because there are not that many clutch shots. And if you're that, and actually the reason I started thinking about this is because I was speaking to Varuna right after that game. I said, man, like, he's like, if it's a clutch shot kind of situation, it means you're not a good team. If you're a good team, you're like whooping the other team's ass. Like,
I mean, I don't agree with that, because they're not playing in the, like, NBA is not playing Indian G League or something. NBA is playing other NBA teams. I mean, they usually there are two good teams.
But his point was that, like, if you're not a good team, if you're not the better team by even a little bit, then you will not get there. Like, so your job is to be the better team. And I mean, he was getting a little philosophical in that. It's like, that's why clutch situations shouldn't matter, because if you are a player, if you're a great player, your job is to make your team extremely great, and then hopefully you get a clutch possession and you get it, and you get the possession, you make the clutch shot. That's fine. But if you're not going to make your team that great, then you are always going to, not be great. Something like that. Something philosophically said.
Well, sometimes we say random things on the podcast.
Random things. But the point being that I don't think clutch situations should be that important to determine legacy.
Okay. So that's the answer to the Trae or Steph sort of question.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's good that Trae does this, but Steph probably blows out more teams than
Steph was sitting in fourth quarters.
Fair enough. I mean, that's a fair enough point. I mean, exactly. Like the NBA has a lot of these terms which, like, if you dig deep into it, it doesn't really make sense. Like, they are such a small part of the sample size. Most games are not close games. Like, most games are properly, like 10, 15 game sort of points. So again, to concentrate on that one particular thing, not even in the playoffs.
I think the reason for that, is because I think they want to get more people's opinions on things. Like once there is
clutch games are more exciting. Like,
what do you define as clutch? Like, because once you put arbitrary feel
clutch is not arbitrary
into it.
But I guess
clutch definition of clutch is arbitrary. But then who is more clutch? Has they taken? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but how is the definition of clutch arbitrary?
What clutch shot has Trae taken? Nothing. The sample size for Trae is very small, man.
But
right, Steph has much more clutch shots. I mean, he destroyed your OKC on one clutch shot, which is,
let's not go there. Okay,
let's not go there. I'm just saying.
Message received. I will change the question.
Like Trae doesn't have a sample, but then it's just a feel. It's like, oh, Trae is more like.
I think the point Kellerman said was purely about the playoffs. Like, in the playoffs, Steph shrinks was what he said, and Trae Young has shown us that he can deliver again. Because let's say that let's just agree that Trae Young has had a much shittier team than what Steph has played with in his entire life.
Yeah.
So it's a bit coming from that point as well.
But that's because we don't know if necessarily like, we didn't know how good Clay was till they went and won the championship. Like, we knew Clay was good.
Clay didn't really do anything much in the championship. That's not like make it seem like Clay was killing it on all cylinders and all in that series.
Dude, Clay destroyed your OKC, man.
That was the different championship when they lost the championship. I'm talking about the
really?
That they won. Yeah, 2016 he destroyed OKC.
Oh, no, that's 2015, no?
No, 2015 they went by some really, not that, whatever. Like, they went to the West. I'm not saying.
Who defeated OKC in 2015 then?
2015 we lost to either the Memphis Grizzlies, because I think Westbrook was not playing in that series. And we lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. I think. I'm not sure actually.
Oh, wow.
Or we didn't make the playoffs. 2015, I think we didn't make the playoffs because for a while KD was not playing, for a while Russ was not playing, and then we lost.
No, come on. OKC is not.
OKC.
I can't believe OKC didn't make a playoff.
Yeah, they didn't make the playoff 1 year. I'm telling you.
Oh man, look at this. Oh my God. Then why are they even like, fuck Kevin Durant? What the hell is this?
Like KD was injured for long time, and then Westbrook was injured for a long time, and it was.
No, Westbrook was injured for 67 games.
Yeah, so
KD for 27 games.
And then it was really bad. That's why we missed the playoffs, and we lost the playoffs to an Anthony Davis 3. Missed the playoff because of an Anthony Davis 3. Vineet, we are again back to the playoffs. We'll talk about the playoffs now, and then we'll sort of fade away.
Wind it down. Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks, Atlanta Hawks, Phoenix Suns, Clippers. 4 teams who have not won the championship since the ABA-NBA merger, 76. I think it's an exciting time for the league. I think because even though we may not realize it, LeBron, KD, Steph, Russ, Clay, all of those people are going off towards the sunset. It's a new league now. Kawhi also.
Kawhi's 29.
But this ACL and all is, it's not that easy to come back.
Injury-wise,
We're going to see a new league, new faces, new Stephs, new Kobe's, new LeBrons, maybe no LeBron, new KDs, new all of these people. I think this is a good thing that happened this year. Let's not talk about the predictions and who's going to win and all that, but what do you feel from perspective of a fan looking on to the new
it's been exciting. It's been very, very exciting to see all these like new players come out and and ball. I mean, I was, for me, it's like a reality check. Like every time I see this, like, oh, this guy's like 21, 22, 23. It's like, wow. I mean, like, this guy's young and,
Fast.
and I used to be like that. Like, I used to be like fearless and just like, oh, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. And now, as you get older, you just, I don't think there's fear, but I think there is like a lack of, I have to prove myself. I think when you're younger, you have this, I have to prove myself. I have to like show them who I am. This kind of gusto that you kind of young blood rage kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's good to see, and it's also like a sad thing to see, because then you just look at yourself and say, oh my God, you lost all of this. You had all of like, I remember when I used to write emails to people, like there would be I had this thing on the bottom which said like, give me a place to stand and I'll move the world, or some shit like this.
Archimedes kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that. Like I was like that. I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. I had that thing. I took that off long time back. But I was, sometimes when I'm cleaning my email, I see some old mails, like, my God, who was I? But I think, so that was it's really nice to see. I love watching Trae Young play. He's just got that, I don't know what the word is, but fearless.
Swagger, man. The word is swagger.
Yeah. I
used to have so much swagger back in my 20s, and I was like, nothing can stop me. Like, I can eat bad food. I can have a really horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I could do anything I wanted. There was like, I didn't have to think that, should I be doing this on a Wednesday? No. There was like, no was never an option. Like, should I do this? Yes. Should I do that? Yes. Should I go and send this person an email? Yes. Should I go and try this thing out? Yes. There were very few no's in my
except for, should I defeat Vineet in basketball? That was obviously
we have a proof on Twitter that it has happened. But
oh my God, that was the one time. I'm not saying you haven't defeated me. I'm just saying I'm saying that if we both have played games, I have won 80% of those games.
Absolutely not. I will disagree with that till my last living breath. But
neither here nor there. Yeah, but I mean, continue your point. Yeah.
My point was, I mean, like you said, you had something to prove. For me, it was like, I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. I cannot be stopped. Like I didn't have anything. I was like, whatever I touch, it'll turn to gold. Whatever I do will be amazing. Even after repeated proof that it is not the case. Like that little, that hesitation never, like one of my favorite analogies is when I used to ride my bike back in the day, I never thought that anything bad could ever happen to me. I would like, if a truck comes from there, I'm here, I'm beside a bus, I would go there without any fear. Like that even that little bit of that little doubt would not be there in my mind back in the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm
Agreed.
like,
Slow,
everything is slow, everything is calm. The twitch muscles are gone, the twitch fibers, the muscles are all gone, ligaments are wearing down, everything is just like a second thought. But then back then it was completely different.
Agreed. Complete. I mean, this analogy of yours, which is like the bike riding thing, is so true, man. I mean, I didn't have a very fast bike, but in Indian traffic, you don't need a very fast. You don't have to be fast. You just need to take risk. And oh my God, the risk. I remember I used to drive my bike from Noida to Gurgaon. That shitty Victor of mine.
Okay.
On the expressway, okay? And very few bikes on the expressway because everyone's going so fast. And everyone's going so fast, so I couldn't like go slow. So I would just crank it up like full. That Victor is like shaking. I don't give a shit. I was like, fuck it, let's go. Oh God, good days. So good I mean, I that's the thing, and some days I wake up and I feel like, okay, I got to somehow like tap into it a little bit, and there are days and there are weeks where I can tap into it. But it's not as consistent as it used to be.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the other reasons that I can't quite give up Russell Westbrook. I said, I'm still like trying to hold on to my bike riding those days. I'm still like, no, please, like give me one more year of, that life where,
that life, yeah.
So, I mean, even though watching Trae Young is an absolute delight, watching a Giannis, watching Devin Booker when he's on fire, watching Aiton, any of those players, it's a delight.
Yeah.
And you still have a little Kawhi to bring back little memories of, old times. KD
Older
comes and
times,
does, and you're like, oh wow, KD doing so, such amazing things. Won't be doing it
But
for long,
man,
it doesn't really matter.
yeah, that's true. Agreed. That's the thing about. At least for me, if you know what I like from a game perspective, you know that Trae is the antithesis of what I like. But just the young swagger, the fearlessness is what attracts me to him.
Man, how do you decide to throw a off the board pass? Like when you're trying to win a game one?
Ridiculous. I would think so much. Like pick and roll karna hai, ki kya karna hai? What is this?
It's like it's like, John Collins, you do your thing. I like John Collins also. I like
John Collins also is very nice. Very nice.
He does some really nice things. He does that little jump hook in the post. Now I really like that. And it goes in so beautiful. Nice. It's very nice. I really like.
Yeah, John Collins is nice. Nice. I feel like John Collins can be like a Clay, is my point. That's what I was trying to say. Is like I was going to say that, but then I just realized how good Clay is. I was like, this is a gap is a little bit too much.
Yeah. But I really like John Collins. He doesn't look that flashy. He's very okay with, doing his job, which is, amazing, I think.
Yeah, which is very Clayish. Which is a Clay is like, I'll do my shit. And,
I'll not dribble much. You don't want me to dribble? No problem.
No problem. Yeah. So that's why John Collins really reminds me of that.
That's a good point. Okay. But let's not stretch that analogy too much because
Clay is Clay. Do you think Clay is going to come back at least like to some extent? He doesn't. He looks like it's over for him. That's what I feel. When I look at him.
I hope that's not true because a lot of people have forgotten how good he was, like what he used to do to teams.
I think he's bulked up too much to be.
Oh, I've only seen him on the ship, on the boat cruising.
No, but if you compare him to like what he was, he was quite skinny compared to what he is right now. And I think that will make him. It will make it difficult for him to like do the screens and keep constantly moving. And also, once you have that kind of injury, you're not that mobile. You don't want. For the most part, I think we can kind of, decide that okay, the Steph Clay thing is kind of done.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, but I don't think so. I think he's taken 2 years off. But
they have to do
Achilles, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They have to do what Timmy did in like 2008, 2009, 2010. Like if you look at Timmy's stats, right? First, I was looking at it yesterday. Not yesterday, I think a week back. Timmy entered the league in 97.
Yeah.
From 98 to 2006, first team NBA. Straight up. No, like it didn't skip a beat. I got and first team NBA. It's my spot. No one's going to push me. I'm here.
You decide the remaining four.
You decide the remaining four. It's like, this is my spot. I'm done. Because everyone else changed. I looked at like everybody else was like changing. Like Kobe came in, I think like 2002 was his first NBA. And he also in that, I think 2003 he went out or 2005 he went out because he had a shitty year.
Okay.
And you could see like Timmy was taking about 18 shots a game. And then it went from 18 to 14 and then to 12. So I think he just automatically decided that if I have to win for the next another 10 years, I have to take less shots. I have to get this Tony Parker guy. He just kind of like took a backseat completely from a scoring perspective.
Don't you think it helped a bit that the league became more guard oriented? So he's like, thank God, now I don't have to, bump and grind in the post. I can be effective there, but I can sort of help out.
Yeah,
but that's why I think it's difficult for Clay to do that because Clay is a guard. Clay is a defensive guard. Like I don't think he.
No, I mean both Steph and Clay. I think they probably will have to find another way to be effective because the shooting is not going to go. They are still going to be phenomenal shooters. But they can't be too much of the screen, either screen, bumping, which is what they're excellent at. So they have to figure out some other way to get those looks. Because obviously you put a ball into these two hands, some water.
Hopefully they come back soon, and then we'll see some nice basketball. We'll finally get back to loving Warriors ball, and we'll not have any problems with people praising it.
Yeah. But they fucked it up with that KD thing, man. They should have just played.
I mean,
Such a
from a Warriors perspective, probably lucked out as much as they could because they did win before. It's not like they only won with KD. They did win before that also. I think from their perspective, it's fine. But someone should have said no, man. No, absolutely not.
Someone should have said no.
Someone should have said no.
KD should have gone to the Spurs.
KD could have gone to Celtics. He could have gone to.
He could have gone. I mean, anywhere he would have gone was like a.
He would be like a
championship.
Fine. पैसे के लिए क्या है जो भी किया है तो जाने दो ठीक है. I would have also understood that Russell he can't play with Westbrook and it's not unimaginable that he would do that, but
yeah,
maybe not go to the Spurs. I mean, maybe not go to the Warriors. Sorry.
Warriors, yeah, fair enough.
Anyways. That's it then, Vineet. Good talk, man. Good talk. We went back into time and went back into a different
zone. I think it's because I think that's what for us, like Trae Young and Luka and all of this is, you look at them like, wow, it's like, it just kind of gives you that wow factor, which I don't think, I mean, you had that wow factor with Steph, but it was more on like a, wow, what a great player.
Mm-hmm.
But with Trae and Luka and all these people, you go like, wow, he's young
what talent.
And feel like, I mean, it's not the game, it's just the fearlessness.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we have, I wanted to talk about the Rick Carlisle move to Indiana, but I think the more important point is the Jason Kidd move to the Mavs, which is not confirmed yet. So we'll talk about it when we have, we want to consolidate all the changes and then we'll talk about it. But I mean, what is the point of criticizing in the moment people and then talking about in the moment things only?
In the moment things, yes.
Anyway, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for listening till this point. We will be back again next week or the week after that, because we are taking a little, there's too much basketball in our heads right now, so we need to slow down and
slow down,
because we really don't want to mess with the podcasting. Like, this is what we enjoy the most, just sitting and talking and not having so many opinions right in my head. Just talk about what we want to talk about. And that's it, man. Like, Vineet, I'll see you next time, and till then, like, share, subscribe, do all the jazz, and Vineet, say bye.